What's going on YouTube, FlopFish here, and welcome to the first episode of my NHL 13 tips and tricks. This episode we're going to be covering bank passes. Before I get started, I just want to do a brief rundown of what the series will compile of, and pretty much it's just going to be NHL tips and tricks for NHL 13, from hot gameplay to be a GM mode to just your own gameplay and how to improve it. And I did this last year for NHL 12, did a few videos on it, and I think I'm going to do the same this year. So, except I want to get more involved with you guys, and so if you guys have any questions on how to improve your game in some aspects, please let me know. I'll try my best to help you out, and without further ado, let's get started into the bank passes. Alright, so on the first clip, let's go ahead and pause it here. You're going to see what I'm thinking, and pretty much all I'm seeing is I'm seeing my one player there, their player right there who just came off the puck and who's probably going to cut right across into the passing lane there. So I don't really want to pass it there, especially with the magnetic sticks, and I want to keep it wide. The problem is if I pass it too close to the boards, it's into the corner, it's not going to rebound properly. And it's pretty much angle in equals angle out, so you want to pass about a 90-degree angle and it should work. So here's how I did it. And there you go. Now you can kind of see the pass, and now you can kind of see the breakout. Just get the nice little deke in, and then onto the next pass. So what you're going to notice here, let's pause it right here. This is where the whole decision making comes in place. So what you see here is you see there 5 guys, all 5 of their players in the zone, and you only see my 3 forwards. Now I'm trusting that my 2 defenders are kind of not going on a line change, and they're going to be there. Now when you look at the player closest to Matt Reed, who has the puck right now for me, he is going to go and commit to a hit. Then you have the other player in the top part, the one closest to the bottom of the screen. He's going to cut across and try to intercept any pass from the point. So that's kind of how I know where the blue line is, where my defenders are, and because they will try to go man to man more or less, as you can see by the guy just above the guy at the bottom, is going to go to Kostitsyn there on the right side. So what I think here is that I'm just going to bank it off the wall and get it to my defender. I don't know where he is, but I know the general position of where he is, so it's probably straight behind me, and rather than drop a pass back and get a magnetic stick, it's going to go off the boards right to him, and we're going to get a nice little quick shot on goal here. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens. Alright, so as you can see, I connected with the pass there, and he came right into the blue line, right in front of the AI guy, perfectly planned. Now the one thing you've got to control with these passes, which is very, very key, is the velocity you put on them. So the longer you hold R2, the harder they're gonna go. If I held on much longer, it wouldn't have worked. More often than not, you're just gonna want to hold on to it for a tiny, like maybe a split second, and then let go, and it should get enough velocity to get to the target you're going for, unless you're going for a nice long stretch pass, which are pretty nice to do. But as you can see, the pass connected perfectly. We're in perfect position, and we fire off the shot here.
A very good one in that situation. Save with a blocker. Rebound shot.
Alright, so as you guys can see, I got the nice little rebound goal there, and it kind of focuses on another little feature of the bank pass. It's really subtle, but when you actually notice it, and with the momentum, is huge. So let's go ahead and watch the clip. It's not really noticeable here, but since there is no bound target to the pass, there's no like kind of, oh, it's going here, you can actually control that and use it to your advantage. Because as you can see, the bottom defender there, he starts to cut towards it, and then as soon as the pass is completed, he heads back, which really shifts his momentum, allowing me to get both my players in front of the net and open for the rebound and pot the goal. So let's go ahead and focus on that a little bit more here. Actually, before I get too far in depth into the AI, let's go ahead and let's look at another quick little use. So right off the face-off, you're going to see I could pass the Cassian straight up, but sometimes your opponent will actually get a stick in the way and will intercept it. So right here, I'm just going to do a nice little bank pass right to him. Works the exact same, just keeps it far enough away that only he can get it. If you miss, it could be icing, which does happen, and as you can see, we're going to freeze it again right away here. And so what happened there is I actually put too much speed on the pass. I held R2 for too long, and it was way too hot to handle. If you're going to do that up close, it's pretty much you just want to tap R2 and hope for the best. It doesn't really work up close too well. Let's go ahead and let's look at the return pass here, and as you can see, there's two people right there. Odds are if I pass it straight back up the middle, it's going to be intercepted by his guy right there. So as you can see, I kind of have enough room to just squeak it by the boards there, and just to get the nice little bank pass and break out again back into their zone. So when in doubt, it's useful, but once again, it isn't like doesn't work 100%, but it is definitely useful when it works. So let's go ahead and the breakout here, just get in the zone quicker without a turnover, which is really nice. You really need this puck possession in this game, and get the shot on goal, almost get the rebound there, but it did its purpose. I got in the zone and I didn't get a turnover, and I was able to carry the puck in, which is pretty key. Alright, and let's go ahead and let's look at the face-off example just a little bit better here. So here we go. I win the draw in the second period and just freeze it here. As you can see, the AI is already on him, and it's going to be the user player pretty quickly. So it's pretty key here in anticipating that he's going to change that player to make that bank pass. And so here we go. Here's what it looks like. And worked perfectly. Got in the zone. Nice little deke and got a shot. Would have been pretty nice to finish that goal, but unfortunately I was all Swedish there. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get into a better example here of the breakout pass. And let's stop it here, and as you can see, my entire team is pretty much on this diagonal line right here, and all of them are going to be cutting across. Now I can't pass to the right hand side because none of them are going that way, so that's going to result in a turnover. I don't want to pass backwards because there's a player's stick right there, and odds are if I pass backwards it is going to hit his stick and he's going to get the puck somehow. It's just what I've noticed in this game, so I'm going to want to keep this puck moving forwards, and there's really only one way to do that. And that is to get the pass up off the boards to McDonald or D'Agostini. Since I have two of them there, have a pretty good chance. If I were just to pass it straight up, I'm definitely risking an interception there because the AI likes to anticipate those types of passes. Now I'm keeping it far enough away that McDonald's already, as you can tell, he's already got a bit of an advantage as far as speed to that side goes. So it's definitely one of the things I thought of right away. Knowing your players is very key when doing this. For example, if you have a very tired line out there and you do for a little bit longer of a stretch on the bank pass, it's probably going to miss. But luckily it's a pretty fresh line out, so it connected perfectly, and you guys really it kind of shows the potential uses of it. And after I get the puck, I'm going to go into a little bit of creative stuff, but once again, it just comes with experience. You can actually do some pretty cool stuff like pass the puck to yourself, poke check it off the boards, and kind of dance your way around teams without deking, or well, like quote unquote deking. It's pretty cool. If I were able to pull it off more often, I'd definitely show it, but unfortunately this was as close as I came to actually scoring, because in the end it always just ends up with people kind of hitting me behind the net, but generally it works pretty well. So here we go, and let's go ahead and let's roll the tape and let's see how this turns out. So hit the pass just in front of the player actually, so it's pretty nice. And I end up passing it to myself and kind of chipping it around. This is kind of the creative part, but you can actually pass it to yourself and spring yourself on a breakaway, which is pretty cool. I've done it a couple times. I haven't been able to finish yet, but it's definitely something you guys want to look into, and when you get skilled at it, you will be pretty much unstoppable. Alright, so that's pretty much it. As you can see, that it has lots of uses. I didn't really showcase all of them because I don't have footage for all of them, but I got most of them out of the way, and realistically the rest just comes down to you getting used to it and experimenting and finding that perfect angle. It will take some time. It's not going to be right away, but once you get used to it, you will notice a great change in your breakouts, mainly because you can throw that extra change up. So you can just straight up skate, you can do one or two dekes, you can full on deke around players, and you can bank pass it around, which bank passing, in my opinion, is one of the most effective ways to get into their zone and get a goal. As you can see, you can also use it in the offensive zone to kind of dance your way and cycle behind the net. You can use it to kind of cycle back to the point. I found really useful in this game. And yeah, so that's pretty much it here, and just gonna get this nice little goal here. And that's about it, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a rating. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, comment with what you want to see next. If you guys want to see passing, I'm thinking maybe doing like kind of a road to a hut team, like how to improve your hut team faster and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see that, please let me know down below, and until then guys, take it easy and peace out.